Good evening and salutations, my Days of Lives fans. Let's talk about Bella and EJ for a minute. So, here's the thing. I felt like I went along with the crowd because I truly did believe that, you know what, it's really interesting watching Bella with EJ. You know, the way that they bounce off each other with their personalities, it seemed like it'd be really interesting to watch those two together. But then something hit me. And I'm mad at myself because it only hit me just right now. Okay. And this is after Sammy barged on in, like the Karen that she is, and assumed that the bra was Nicole's. It was like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and go and tell, I'm gonna go and tell Rafe that you're cheating with him. So Bella came out there, and Sammy was really pissed off, like, oh, you slept with my sister, and how could you do that? And I'm like, here comes this damn Karen just going on and on and on and on and on. And you know what? I completely agree with EJ. It's none of your goddamn business who he has sex with. I don't care if it's your sister or not. He can have sex with her as many times as you want because you know what? You're not married to him. Okay? You chose to believe a liar in this case over him when he was telling you the truth the whole time. I mean, regardless of that, not married to him anymore. So the fact that she was sitting there whining and crying, complaining about that was like, bro, just go take your dumb ass somewhere else. Um, but here's the thing though. When she walked down, he went to go follow her and he went to make sure she was okay. And, Sammy told EJ, hey, you know what? You're right. Lucas is the one that kidnapped me. And then, see, this is why I actually kind of feel like kind of a dumbass because in reality, he started confessing, like, listen, if Lucas didn't do this to us, then we would be together, we would be back together, and this, that, and third. He started getting all close to her, and he was actually about to kiss her. Now, of course, Bella is down there, just eavesdropping and hearing all of it. And that's when I was like, you know what, Bella, you should just go. You should just go, run towards any direction other than EJ. Because the only thing EJ's going to sit there and do is use you. If the scenario would have went it, if the scenario would have went the way EJ wanted it to go, he would have wound up kissing Sammy. They would have got back together, and then what? I guess you just would have been like, hey, so Bella, here's the thing. I just got back together with Sammy right now, and I mean, you can say it tonight, but yeah, we're gonna have to be done so with this whole thing because that's what EJ would do. I mean, that's what EJ, in a lot of ways, has been doing. Now, granted, he did come out and say that part of the appeal was getting back at Sammy. So it's not like, I mean, granted, this is only after they both had to sit there and do like some confession time, but the fact of the matter is, he was using her. He was using her because he couldn't be with Sammy, and he pretty much kind of blew a shot with Nicole at that point. I mean, seriously, if Nicole was actually free, he would have wound up being with Nicole before he would have been with Bella, but Nicole wasn't available. And so there you go. So after that, Bella was like, listen, I'm just gonna just do some me time, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with Sean, and this isn't gonna work. And plus she was like, she couldn't do that to her sister. So there's always that factor. Um, let's be honest, I really feel like it's a secondary factor, and I feel like she, in a lot of ways, know that EJ is using her. She can sit there and try to pretend all she wants, and I'm not saying that EJ doesn't have any feelings for her, but if it really came down between Bella and Sammy, he's going to pick Sammy all the time. Even if Sammy's free, okay, cool, let's be with Sammy now. I mean, hell, he was drowning in sorrows because Sammy was marrying somebody else. And in a lot of ways, I guess, as bad as I am feeling for Bella, Bella did kind of know. You know, she didn't know exactly what she was walking into. She didn't know her history. She didn't know his history with his sister. I mean, with her sister. So it's not like she was completely blindsided or clueless or anything like that. You know, she had her clothes ready to go and she was out of there. Now, Kate did wind up telling Roman that she knew that Lucas kidnapped Sammy. And, you know, after the apology, she kept going back to the whole, oh, well, you know, Lucas wasn't going to hurt her and Lucas wasn't going to do this. And, you know, she did get away from EJ and blah, 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 you know, justifying her actions. And, oh, you know, I didn't want, you know, like Philip to disappear or get killed or whatever. I didn't want Lucas to go to the thing. So she tried to use every excuse in the, excuse me, in the book. And how Roman was like, listen, as much as I don't like EJ, that was wrong. That was wrong. And I really don't want to be Lucas right about now. Like, because you know EJ's it's gonna be done. Okay. So he was like, yo, we're done. We're through. Like, that's it. And she was like, no, 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 we can sit there and work this out. Work what out? Work what out? Your son kidnapped my daughter and she was in torture and in pain for months. What is there to work out? So she gets up, they both get up, and she's about to sit down and leave. And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. You need to go upstairs and get your stuff first, because I don't want you there after. No, no, no. You're you're gone. Like, and so at that point, I mean, I guess you can try to go back to the Mara place. Probably not, since EJ's there. Okay, well, I guess you can stay at the hotel. Not like she doesn't have money, so. I really did have to think about that for a minute. I was like, well, I guess you can go back to Damaris' place. I mean, you know, with chat. Oh wait, yeah, you knew that EJ was being framed. Yeah, he's not gonna let you do that either. Well, I guess you can always stay at the hotel. So that happened. Yep, we're talking about her. Talking about good old Allie and Will. Allie, I know that there are fans that really love her. I don't really see why. She started asking a bunch of really stupid ass questions to Will, like, do you think that Dad killed Abby? Do you think that he would really sit there and do that? Does he look like a goddamn crystal ball? I don't. What do you mean? If he, the fact that she kept asking these questions, I mean, she honestly sounded like an 8-year-old child. That's literally what she sounded like. She literally sounded like an 8-year-old child, and the whole time I'm just like, oh my gosh, you sound so dumb. Like really, really, really stupid. And I get it's an emotional time and everything like that, but I'm like, boo, come on, can you try to act close to your age? Like, at all? So she's asking him a bunch of dumbass questions. He's like, oh, you know, I don't know. I mean, he was drunk, this, that, and the third. And then after that, you know, she winds up going to find Sammy and hugging her and, you know, consoling her and everything like that. And, you know, that was a whole thing. And like I said, I do have a heart. You know, what happened with her was bad. Um, I'll say that. Okay, I'll say that. Now Nicole was sitting there kind of getting the scoop from Eric as far as everything that went down, and you know, while she did sit there and say, "I feel bad," I don't understand how you can sit there and say, "I feel bad as a woman for her." Okay, there was never once a history ever when a guy said, "You know, as a guy, I really do feel bad for him." So the fact that she said that just sounds incredibly stupid. Okay, you should feel bad for her because she's a human being. not because she's a woman. So after her little stupid ass comment, she also did sit there and say that she was an incredible bitch to her. Because, Eric was like, hey, I get you got animosity with her. Can you just table that until tomorrow? She was like, no. Because she was rude as hell to me moments before our wedding. So, like, I'm not going to sit there and play nice just because you're her brother. We're not doing that. Eventually, Will gets down to the station. Chad's there. He's asking him, Lucas, again, did you kill her? Did you kill her? You got a cut on your hand. Did you kill her? And of course, he's sitting there denying all of it. And he's like, yo, I don't know, but I don't think I did it. Rafe comes in there. Rafe breaks him up. And, Chad tells him everything. Yeah. Chad tells him everything as far as, like, he knew about EJ being framed and Lucas kidnapping and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, I know. Arrest me. But do not let him go. And even though Rafe was upset with him, I guess he just figured, you know what, I don't even know if these soldiers are going to stick. Whatever. I feel like they should, but, um, he was like, you know what, listen, I'm just going to table this conversation for later on. He goes in there, he starts questioning Lucas, and of course he's just like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, he doesn't know. He was blacked out drunk. How are you going to sit there and ask somebody to remember something that they can't remember? Are you planning on hypnotizing him? Because that's pretty much the only way you're going to find out. So I felt like the whole interrogation process at the world was like, okay, all right, we're getting nowhere, but I guess we should just still keep asking the same questions in hopes that he remembers something. Yeah, because that's not going to get annoying after a while. I feel like that's about it. Gotta say, it was a good episode. And this is what I needed. This is what I needed from this show. I needed it to do something other than Chad just crying every 5 seconds and just a whole lot of nothing going on. So I'm glad that they're actually moving forward with this story. And I know a lot of people, aren't fans that they killed off Abby and stuff like that. And I get it to an extent. I haven't watched the show as long as other people has. So I don't have that attachment that everyone else does have. So I know that my comments come across as a bit callous. Trust me, if they killed off Sonny, I'm not exactly be too happy about that. Okay, so I get it. And Sonny on General Hospital. So I get it. But, as an outsider, as a person who just started watching the show, and by recently watching, like maybe about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, give or take, I can sit there and say that this does make a great murder mystery. And it does give characters something to do and a really good, compelling story. So, because at one point, the actress said, like, yo, listen, I can come and go, like the other people, whatever, and I don't have to be there as long. And, she wanted to do other things. And it was like, no, we can't. I understood it from both parties. I understood it from both parties. But it would have been a little kind of weird and kind of odd if she just would have left. And then, we would have, like, rarely saw her and stuff. It just wouldn't have really made a lot of sense. It really wouldn't have made a lot of sense. So, and granted, yeah, they could have just got another actress to sit there and play Abby. They could have did that too. Um, but then, it runs in a bit of a problem. It runs in a bit of problems because, not everyone may like the new actress and then we wouldn't get all this stuff that we're getting right now. And I think that's important as well, you know? And also, again, and, not to sound like a dick or anything like that, but, when a character dies, it reminds you of just how important life is. I know it's a TV show, but it really does kind of, it does drive a point to how important life is and things of that nature, and knowing that there is consequences, and sometimes stories come to an end abruptly as far as people dying. So anyway, I can get into a whole other philosophical reasonings behind that, but anyway, I think that's gonna do it. So, thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.